Welcome back, everyone, to the Hustle, Heal, and Heals podcast. Huge thank you for everyone for supporting our first episode.
And to those of you who are here for the very first time, welcome to the podcast where ambition meets self-care. So for today's episode, Fifi and I are going to be talking about soft life versus hustle culture and how we find a balance between chasing success and enjoying life.
Yeah. And I find that is a constant sort of balancing act that you have to be very aware of. It doesn't just come naturally, and it doesn't come naturally to everyone. But that's what we want to dive into today. What do we do? What do we practice? What you're supposed to be doing? What the rise and grind culture tells you to be doing instead, and what the cottage life, soft life, which is the other side of the spectrum, it tells us to do instead. So just trying to find the balance between what we want and how we get there, and how do you hustle and how do you enjoy life at the same time.
So the hustle mentality, is it worth it? And what is dealing with pressure constantly in your 20s feel like?
Yeah, I feel like the pressure in your 20s changes depending where in your 20s you are. So in like your early 20s, it's the pressure to finish school and get a job. In your mid 20s, it's then trying to establish yourself, who you are, what you're doing. But that's like the hustle culture. You need to be firmly establishing what you're doing in work, firmly establishing who you are in your role. And then in your late 20s, you're supposed to be established, climbing the ladder, rising and grinding. And by this point, a lot of people should be like, you should be your own employer by now. You should know enough to run your own business. What are you doing still earning a paycheck? Gosh. The audacity of some people to want financial security. And then there's the other spectrum where your 20s are for living. Your 20s are for travel, for love, for experience. You should just quit your job and backpack Asia for 9 months, or sell everything you own and live wild and free as a digital nomad somewhere, not Cape Town, please. And it's trying to figure out where you actually land in the spectrum. And there is no spectrum. It is different for everyone. You can have a corporate life and still have elements of a soft life. You can grind at work and not have the ambition of leading a Fortune 500 if that's not what you want to do. God forbid. And then still go and travel. You can take vacations and enjoy leisurely travel and not live out of a rat sack for like days at a time in a hostel with 15 other people. And
some people enjoy that.
If you enjoy that, good on you. Please tell me if you do.
If that's for you, that's okay.
You know what? If that's for you, you have a superpower that I just don't have. Yeah. And you're probably a lot more social than I am, to be fair.
Yeah, both of us.
But there's no like one right answer. And I think the problem with hustle culture is that it perpetrates that that's the answer. Like, you're supposed to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Did you see that viral morning routine?
Which one?
From like, I think his name is Ashton Hall. And it's like blowing up on, I think I saw it on Instagram, but I'm sure it's also blowing up on TikTok, where he wakes up at like 3 a.m. and does like cold immersion, like dunks his face into like an ice bath with like lemon, and then someone comes and brings him bottled water so he can rinse out his toothpaste. And the funniest thing is when he went swimming and he's suspended, like he's got timestamps, and the timestamp is like 7:36 when he leaps into the pool, and then when he gets into the pool, the timestamp is like 7:40. And people were like, well, you suspended in midair for 4 minutes. But it like things like that you see online where people are waking up in like ungodly hours, and they're going through an entire day before 9 a.m. And then he's talking business meetings with his Van Cleef, going to the gym in a Van Cleef bracelet. Like it's things like that that you see online that make you believe that that's what success, or that's what getting to success looks like. And that's what is really draining on someone who might not necessarily view or necessarily want that sort of vision or sort of routine for themselves. So, but I don't know, that's just me.
I actually really like that. So, like, what success looks like. And I mean, we know that what success looks like is so different for everybody. I mean, it's different for you, it's different for me. And you'd be lucky if you could drive me out of bed before 5 o'clock on a weekday.
Or
And
weekend.
Oh, yeah, that too. At any point, really. I think the thing between like hustle culture and the soft life, though, is making both work, because I think it's safe to say that we're both ambitious individuals, and like it's get up and go and it's give it 100%. And when you're there for your 8-hour day at work, it's my utmost best and best foot forward all the time. And like we get up at 5 o'clock every day so that we can go to gym, so that we're fully present for the day, being able to do what we need to do without having to go, shoot, I need to do this later.
Yes.
Which is great. It actually really is. And I mean, I enjoy it. Like, I really do. Like, aside from love what I do.
Yes.
Like, I genuinely enjoy most of the times the 8-hour day, and like really giving it 120%, because so much self-fulfillment comes from that.
Yes. And I think like I've experienced burnout in the past, and a lot of the times it's not that, because work is always hard. It's not like we don't have easy jobs. No one has an easy job regardless of what you do. There are certain aspects of every single type of employment that is hard. And through those hard times, what has led to a burnout is that I forgot to take care of myself. I forgot to still instill the soft life things that should be non-negotiables. We spoke about non-negotiables in our previous episode. And in those moments, like I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't eating the way I should be eating, like feeling my body the way I was feeling my body. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I wasn't just taking care of myself. And all I thought about, I was in wake up and work mode. So every waking moment, I was thinking about work. I was working, I was doing everything, I was everything to everyone, and which is fine. There are moments where that is going to happen, or it might happen, and in those moments I just wish I could go back to myself and remember that you matter too. Like, having ambition is great and you're pushing, and I love that for us, but I know what happens in 6 months time, and it's not pretty at all. Like, burnout, it's not just like something you see on social media. It takes months of recovery to get out of that burnout feeling. You can't even describe it. It just constantly feels like you're underwater, but you're just continuing. You're continuing as well. So I don't encourage the excessive house of culture that you see out there. If you ever come to me and is like, should I do this, should I do that, I'm always like, just take a deep breath, breathe. It's never as deep as you think it is, trust me. Especially if I've actually been through what you're going through. It's like, I remember the anxiety, I remember the stress. It's not that deep. It's never that deep. Take a deep breath, think this through, come up with a plan that you can actually execute. Don't be ambitious. Don't try to do the superhuman, super warrior thing. Come up with something that you can actually achieve and that you'll enjoy working towards, and just stick to that.
I feel like sometimes you have to kind of weigh it out, though. Because I remember last year when we were working on the project, and every single like piece of work that we did was 100% all the time, and it was go, go, go.
Yes.
And because it was such an extensive piece, you really wanted to make sure that it was 150% that went into it.
Yeah.
And you were always there and always present. And like, I remember it being, I'm okay with putting myself second for a second. And then I remember having like a whole lot of other stuff going on as well. And like, because you're trying to balance everything, it was like, you know what? I just need to feel this. I need to like just if it needs 150%, just take the 150%. And like if life needs another 100%, just take that too.
Yeah, but then you don't have anything left.
And I remember getting to the end of the year and I was like, I don't know how to function.
Exactly.
Because I don't remember what it was like to function before this. And I remember thinking the theme of like 2025 needed to be energy management. And I remember having a conversation with like a few people about it, because I was like, if we do what we did, if I do what I did again this year, I'm not making it to June.
Yeah, no.
In one piece.
I did what you did for about 2 years straight. And when I tell you, my whole body did a whole meltdown. Like, it just stopped functioning. It was just like, I've sent you warning signs.
Yeah, we've got the eczema to prove it.
Yes, we've developed eczema because of the extreme stress that you've put yourself under. And it was at that point, I was like, okay, note taken, I'll stop now. So last year was actually the first normal year I've had in 5 years. And yeah.
Special human.
It felt so good to average 6 hours of sleep instead of 4.
You still need more sleep.
Yeah, I take what I can get. But yeah, there are moments, like I said, work will always be hard, and I will always give my 100%, 110%. I'll always give what's required to work.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll always give what's required to work. So if it requires 150, that's what I'm going to give. What I won't do is now be okay with putting myself second.
Yeah.
Because me being second for an extended period of time means I will not be able to give 150% at work. Something's going to slip.
How did you decide that like soft life things needed to be like a non-negotiable?
Because something slipped.
So I don't know how it is for everybody, right? But like Indian kids, like Indian parents, they're very, you have to always be doing something.
Oh, yes.
And I remember like we would I think I was sick the one time, and I took like 2 days of leave, and my mom was like, you sure you didn't just need one? Because like you have responsibilities, and the responsibilities always come first.
Yeah.
And it's been ingrained from such a young age that the responsibilities always come first. It's your studying, feelings. It's your education, it's what other people need, it's work, it's making sure you're doing the utmost to be absolutely successful. And then it's like, why are you relaxing? Why are you being lazy? And like, I think balancing or understanding that like soft life culture and being lazy are two very different things.
Yes.
Was a very hard concept to like come to terms with.
But I think, yeah, you've like led to like the second part of our discussion was like, is soft life a privilege? Is it a need? Or is it just people now being lazy? Which is actually something I've also seen like go through social media, where people have criticized like the soft life, or the people who don't want to climb a corporate ladder, the people who are just okay with working to live and not living to work, as being lazy. And it's the same with like growing up in a Black household. Like because our parents had to do so much to get you to where you are, that's work ethic is ingrained in you. So you feel like you need to carry on. You don't want to let it slip.
Yeah. And
I remember studying one time, and I'd been studying for so long, and it was like my final exams. It was like in third year, and it was tax, which was my final paper, and I was just so tired. I hadn't been sleeping. I'd been drinking coffee nonstop for weeks on end, and I was so stressed because I just could not get this concept to sinking. And funny enough, that concept was tested. I was so pissed, but it was like
that's a different kind of pain.
Yeah, and I just couldn't get it. And I remember studying to the point where I wanted to cry. And then my mom was just like, go to bed. It's okay. You've passed. Don't worry. And my dad was like, no, carry on studying. You'll get it. Focus.
The balance between parents is very important.
Yes, it's like you're not focused enough. Did you read it properly? And yeah, my dad has always been the one to like push us. if I have like a laptop open on the weekend, he'll be like, "Oh, so you're working," and it's perfectly fine. But if I'm just chilling watching series, and then he'll be like, "What's going on?" So that over the years has been like, I feel like it's okay to work on the weekends because my dad has said it's okay to work on the weekends.
But I feel like it's also from what we've seen, because like,
yes,
my dad, like, sometimes to get that man to take a break, and I'm just like, relax.
yeah,
I need you to relax. Because you not relaxing makes me feel like I can't relax and I want to relax.
Yeah.
We need to do soft life things, please.
Why do we have to force these men to take vacations? Like, just
pins
down.
I think I think it's safe to say that you've done a really good job raising your kids.
Yeah. So
all of the effort, 100% paid off. Relax.
Yeah.
You've earned it. You've deserved it. We are endlessly grateful for you. Relax.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes, but it's like a foreign concept, and that's why when like one of my loves is travel, and when I was telling him, he was like, "Why don't you do this? Because this is the structure of the life that we have set out for you,
yes.
And this is the lineage. This is the line you should follow. This is
the course of direction.
This is the course of direction." And I was like, okay, yeah, I want to do that, but I do want to travel a little bit first. I want to see a little bit of the world before I like tie myself down, and then be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, come again? It's like no, like I work really hard, but I also want to like enjoy my life. It's like, yeah, you can do that when you're retired. I'm sorry. This is not like an extreme view. I'm asking to take like a week off and just see something for a little bit. I'm not quitting my job and just eating myself halfway across the world. Like,
oh god.
And I think for like the older generation, the softer life is seen as laziness, and people don't want to do the hard work. They want the easy way out. When people are just like, we're so tired. First of all, you're the generation that promised us everything. I feel sorry. Like, the generation that promised the American dream.
Oh.
We're not getting it. Like...
Yeah, we need to find the small soft life things to keep us going.
Yes.
From, like, 1 week to the next.
Yeah, millennials are going through the most right now.
Yeah, we need the ease and the balance, and, like, avoiding it is just going to make it that much worse. So, like, it's feeling it, dealing with it, and then making happy little plans. Little happy plans.
Yes, because also...
happy plans.
Yes, because the soft life can also be interpreted as... Well, can be seen as a privilege because not everyone can afford to do these extreme, like, take a vacation, go travel, go do this, go do that. But that's not what the soft life means. The soft life doesn't mean spending a lot of money on something that is deemed a luxury. The soft life means taking those small moments away for you to feed yourself. So taking a moment away from... I used to do me days. And I love doing that. Back when I took good care of myself, I used to do me days like once a month, and I'd wake up and I'd go to like a cute coffee shop, and I'd have a coffee that costs way too much money and has way too much sugar, and it probably doesn't even taste all that good. My Americano with cold milk would have probably sufficed, and I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more, but this is a soft life, so bring all the cream. And I'd get like a slice of cake, and I'd take a book, and I'd go to some used bookstores. I'd go and get myself something I like, and something that's doesn't matter what, if I need it, if it's practical, if it's nothing, I just like it, so I get it. And it doesn't have to be something big. Like, I think one time I got myself flowers. I do not have a green thumb to save my life. Flowers die upon entering my home. But they were really pretty flowers and I wanted them. So I got myself the flowers. And so it's things like that. It's like taking the little moments away from the constant pressure and stress of life and just taking a step back and doing something that really, really, really just benefits and
I think like even just not having the means, but also like in terms of work flexibility or like social safety nets, I remember like the little things. So I remember Joburg winters really intrigued me, and I developed this habit of eating my breakfast outside. So I'd stand on my balcony for like 15 minutes in the morning before work. Actually, less, probably like 5. I would just stand there and I'd eat my breakfast and I'd like watch the view for a little bit, and like it was really calming and really enjoyable. And it was like the 5 minutes to relax before I got to work and the day got really busy. And it really does make a world of difference. And it really helps to find your tribe as well.
Yeah, it does.
Because, I mean, it's a nice way to have support in doing anything and everything.
Yeah, sometimes you need someone to give you permission, even though you don't need permission.
Yeah.
But for someone to say, like, yeah, that's okay. Like, you're not being...
Have a piece of chocolate cake. You'll be fine.
Yes, you need a rest day.
Go for a walk. I'll come for a walk with you. Or
yes.
The yes friend is sometimes, I think, really important as well.
Yeah.
Like,
depends what you're saying yes to, but
yeah. Of course.
But a yes friend, definitely. Like, we're down for everything. Prioritizing rest, recovery, and your routine.
Yeah.
It's very, very important.
And I think one of the other things that was really interesting, excuse me, was the conversation that we had about our favorite self-life things.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had to take some time to actually figure out what we enjoyed that was self-life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we kind of came to the conclusion that a lot of the self-life things essentially became bonding with yourself. Like taking time to be present for yourself and like really centering yourself and like being in there in the moment and not feeling like you're on autopilot mode or you're just going, but actually going, this is time with me.
And I think
that.
Yeah. You need that. I think being able to spend time with yourself and being not being hyper aware of what's going on in your universe and just taking that moment to just be present is so important. It is. Like, I love having a routine, but the favorite part of my routine is the time I carve out for me. And my me time is in the mornings. So when I know as soon as I walk into the building, my time belongs to work. And sometimes I don't have control of when that time will end. So instead of fixating on I don't have set working hours, I go, the time only goes away as soon as I enter that building. Yeah. So the time in the morning is me time. So that's the time I do my non-negotiables. That's why it works so well that we go to gym. In the morning, it's me time. I wake up. I practice meditation sometimes. Sometimes I stretch if I'm feeling a bit stiff. And I spend those maybe like an hour just doing what I need to do to set my day in like the right mood. Sometimes I read a book. Sometimes I doom scroll. There's no right answer as to what I do in that hour before I go to the gym. But it's me time, and it's time that I need to get the day rolling. And then I go to the gym, and then I do the physical part of the me time. And then I have breakfast, which is another thing that I completely neglect when I'm stressed. I will drink coffee in lieu of food. But taking the time to just make something quick and easy for breakfast and just making sure that I'm fueled for the day. It's also been, for me, that's like a soft life thing because I am a notorious 2 coffees and a muffin on the go type of person because I just want to get started. But taking a moment to just step back and be like, let me actually prepare something that's going to fuel me, keep me going for a few hours and make me feel good until lunchtime. That was a soft life thing for me that I'm still trying to implement. I still do it. I've been very good with it this year. A golden rule that's kept me going is food before coffee.
Yes.
So I've tried now, before I drink coffee, to eat food. And if I don't have breakfast, I don't eat food, I can't drink coffee. So I've been eating my breakfast. I have been eating, like, matcha's good and well, and ooh, tastes so great. But it doesn't really hit the spot. And please, if you
You're
guys
basically bribing yourself with a cup
Yes.
of coffee to eat your breakfast.
yes, and it's working for now.
Life hack.
It's a life hack. It's working for now. And I know there's many good alternatives in herbal teas. If you enjoy herbal teas, let me know which ones, because I haven't found one that I quite enjoy yet, but I'm open to the suggestion.
Green tea?
No.
Okay.
No. You see, the only way I drink green tea is I put like a bunch of syrup in it and make it
No.
like an iced tea. You see?
No. It's not how you drink green tea.
And I know you. I know. And here's the thing: I can do green tea, but I normally do like ice cold green tea. I can't do it hot. Hot green tea, I can't do. I can do
hot
it.
green tea.
No, okay. I can do cold, like an iced green tea. That I'm fine with. So actually, as a way to increase my water intake and decrease, because I love soda. Come for me if you want, but nothing wrong with soda. But as a way to decrease my soda, based on a recommendation from a medical professional, which actually ended up not having any sort of positive effect on me, it just made me more cranky. I used to make batches of green tea. Like, I'd make a big jug of green tea and keep it in the fridge, and then every other time that I wanted to reach for something, I reached for that. So it's not like I drank an inordinate amount of soda before, but I drink even less now. So that helps. So green tea helped with that. But now I just drink water. This is still not worth it. I just substituted water. Just drink water.
I actually need to like remind myself to have breakfast in the morning. It either doesn't happen because I'm trying to get to work sometimes.
Yes.
Or like I'm either really focused on I'm taking my time and I'm getting ready and I'm having my breakfast and I'm standing outside.
And then you look at the time.
And then I look at the time. Or sometimes I've gotten home after gym, I look at the time and realized what time I need to be in the building, and I'm going, what's the quickest way to get me out of this apartment? Yeah,
you know.
It happens sometimes.
It does happen. And the trick is finding middle ground.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love meal prepping, and they'll meal prep breakfast. Like, they'll make overnight oats.
I feel like that's a soft life activity.
That is a soft life activity, because taking like 2-3 hours out of your Sunday to do that.
But like, put some music on and spend some time with yourself while you're doing it.
Like, yeah, put on a podcast. Put on this podcast.
Put on this podcast. Yeah.
Put on this podcast, definitely. And take the time to do that. Or, yeah, like, watch a series if your internet's that great. Oh, put on some music.
Fifi has been actually doing meal prep, so maybe we'll get lucky and maybe she'll share some with us.
Maybe. It's been successful this year with me prepping my food. It's made eating more intuitively better. Even though intuitive eating is like you eat when you want what you want. But yeah, the meal prepping has helped to a certain extent. But I just need to get the message across that just making the time, however you make the time, is important here. So a lot of people love time blocking, like sitting on a Sunday and planning your week and putting chunks of time in the diary when you're gonna do what, so they have a plan and a clear plan for the week ahead. It helps, and it helps them stick to it because they feel like they're working towards something.
Yeah.
And if you stuck to your time for the day, it feels like you can do like a big check on the day, which is nice.
Dopamine boosts.
Everything
for dopamine boosts.
little dopamine boosts. He also tells you to prioritize your things, because if you said that this week I'm gonna go to the gym 5 times, and you've put that there, you now need to, the onus is on you to prioritize getting to the gym, because no one's going to force you to be there. If it's in the morning or at night, then and you're at work, it's going to force you to set a boundary. If someone expects you to work late, you're gonna have to be like, actually, today I can't. I have another commitment, because a commitment to yourself does count.
It does. And I think one of the things that we did to make sure that we kind of had the time blocking and our priorities in order was the work plan that we spoke about, and we really did incorporate the hustle culture and the self-life into it. And I think one of my favorite things that we put in there was the everything self-care Sunday. Because like it really sets the tone for the week.
Yeah. I know it's a lot of work, but taking like an everything shower and then just being warm and cuddly and clean and soft afterwards just makes you feel like you've got everything together.
Give me a turmeric, honey, and gram flour mask, and I'm like the new person that's ready for the whole week.
Yeah, so Kiara plays chemist with her skincare.
I do.
I just have her make it for me, and then I apply it to my face. But yeah, just that just having that time set aside. So trying to find a way to do it all and it not try to.
Yes. I think one of the other things, and I think that we spoke about this at some other point, was I don't know about you or you guys listening, but back when we were in school and we had all of these extracurriculars on different days, one of my plans was to try and set my life up this year like that. So basically it would be, you've got 8 hours in a work day, maybe 10, maybe 12, depending on how the day goes, but maybe 16 also depending. But essentially it would be one thing on a different day that is important to you, that fills your cup. So be it something you want to learn, some activity you're trying to undertake, just reading a book on a day, making time to actually watch some TV on a day, because that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But like a different day for different things, because that really does end up becoming 100%. So like, what's it? You don't have to give 100. It's like 20% on 5 days equals 100% overall.
Yeah.
So like it's just showing up for yourself every day. In kind of that systematic way where you break up the little things over time.
Yeah.
To be able to make you feel like you're doing everything that you're kind of setting out to do, so that your cup's like the jug's full.
Yes. Yeah, if you ever had that thought that, how did I go through school and study 13 subjects and still do 2 sports and a cultural activity and still have like a social life? Like, how did I do that? It feels like I had more hours in a day.
Still had energy somehow.
Yes. It feels like I had more hours in a day back then. No, you just had a structure. You had a structure, you had a routine, you had a place to be at every single hour on every single day. And just implementing structure into your life can make you feel like you've got more hours in a day. So all the people who rise up at 3, 4 a.m. and you feel like they've got a day done by the time it comes to 9 a.m. It's not that they don't have more hours, they've just structured their day to get more done quicker. But if you start at 9 and you structure your day, you could get the same amount of work done. Remember, they sleep earlier, you'll just sleep later.
Yeah. And so, again, success looks different to everybody, but like at the end of the day, it needs to be about what matters most
to you. Yes.
And I think we've talked about choice. It's like really making the choices about what matters most and what's most fulfilling to you.
Yeah, that is true. It's doing what really matters, and it's doing it in a way that fills your cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can spend a lot of time you can do what matters, but you're going about it in a way that you thought you should do it, and sometimes it's the obtuse direction, it's the road less traveled to the same destination. Doesn't matter how you got there. Everyone will only ever talk that you got there. They'll only ever say you made it. They won't be like how you made it. So It's making the little choices each day to do what really matters to you. Like we did. We broke our gym routine up to 6 days. Sounds like a lot.
Ooh, yeah.
But we're balancing it.
We are.
So we're trying to learn what we're preaching. And we're trying to implement what we're preaching rather. And so we've got some Pilates in there, some stretching. We did a yoga class. Now for everyone in the Joburg region, okay, please weigh in on this. Yoga, let's talk. Let's really talk. Because the yoga and Pilates babes on TikTok and Instagram have me believing something completely different to what I experienced. And I loved it.
So this was actually a yoga calm class.
Okay.
It was called a yoga calm class.
But the instructor started by saying you should get a good night's rest. Because we went in the evening. Because we did our morning routine. And we were like, it's been a tough day. Let's go and for like a yoga calm class to just relax, stretch it out, take care of ourselves, right? And he's like, you guys should get a great night's sleep after this class. Now do this. Man had us hold positions for like 10 minutes that did nothing but stress me out. Like, he said it was calm. I didn't sleep that night. So I need for, is it us?
I wasn't even calm in that class.
It wasn't. I felt like everyone was on high alert. We didn't know what was happening to us. So I need for the yogis that are listening. Is it normal? Is it because it was our first time?
Should we go back? Should we try something else?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you recommend in terms of yoga practices?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a studio we can go and check out and give you guys a review on.
Yeah. Also, if you do need to let us know, if you do need to answer all of these questions, and if you need to provide us with your tips and tricks, then you can hit us up at the Twitter handle that is at Hustle Heel and Heels. But we will be posting all of the handles for the relevant socials
in our description. So
in the description.
All the social media handles will be in the description on the episode. And on Twitter we're at Hustle Heel and Heels. And
Hustle Heel Heels.
Hustle Heel Heels.
Mm-hmm.
And
so
on
used to the full name.
Yeah, we just love it. It rolls off the tongue,
It
really.
does.
And on Instagram we're at the Triple HP.
Yeah, but we also want to hear what soft life things you're doing. And if you are in the Joburg area, what are you doing that is just a nice breath of fresh air and feels like a ray of sunshine? Yeah.
What are the soft life things to do in Joburg? What things have you heard that are going on that you're not quite sure about that you want to send to girlies to go check out and review for you? And let us know. But if you really enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. We will be posting the next episode, which centers around...
Oh, so the next episode centers around our fitness journey, which I think a few of you can tell that we're making the most of our personality now.
Yep.
It's either going to get better or it's going to get worse. You're going to have to stick around and find out. But essentially, we're going to be running through how to balance corporate exhaustion and still manage gym motivation. So we're going to be running through a few of our short and effective workouts and what keeps you going. And
some of the gym fails.
Yeah, and things we've personally experienced. So how we've been keeping it going.
Yeah.
And
we've got a bunch of cool segments lined up for that episode, but we also want to hear from you guys. What are some of your gym fails? We'll get to the success stories later, but I really want to hear, because we can't be alone in this. So send us a DM. What are some of your gym fails? And what are you guys training for? If you're training towards something.
Yes.
What are you guys training for? I'm very interested to know that. And till next time.
Yeah, but thank you for tuning in today, and we look forward to the next one.
Till next time.
Work hard.
Rest harder.